Hello, this is Randomness with 5 Cups of Sugar, and today we'll be doing a manga haul for January to February 2021. As you can see here, we see different titles from mainly the Yuri genre, but also shonen and slice of life. Without further ado, let's go! So let's start with Spy Family. You may recognize this one from a previous review of Volume 1 that I did earlier this year. Spy Family is a shonen manga that's under Shonen Jump and follows Twilight, as seen in Volume 1, who is a spy, Anya, who is a telepath, and Yor, who is an assassin, and they all create a family together in order to achieve Twilight's mission, which is to infiltrate a private school known as the Eden Academy, which is for elite children. Because his asset there, or not really asset, but target there, is one of the fathers of the children at the school. So, in order to do that, he has to work with a team this time, which is not his fancy. And so he has to find a wife and a child, and they all don't know of each other's secret identity yet as of Volume 1. Not sure yet because I haven't read Volume 2 or 3, but there will probably be a review of that later on. Bloom Into You, regarding Saika, is the third volume and final volume in the light novel series. It is written by Hitomo Uruma, which is the same author of Itachi and Shimamura, the light novels. So I will eventually do a review of the series after a Bloom Into You review. Bloom Into You, and regarding Saika, is under the Yuri genre, and it follows the lives of high school girls in the Bloom Into You series. And I believe that the light novel series is going into university. Not quite sure because I haven't actually read them yet. Days of Love at the Seagull Villa is another Yuri. I don't know very much of it yet, so I will read the back cover. A new Yuri series from the creator of I Married My Best Friend to Shut My Parents Up. Oh, I actually reviewed that one in a video. I think it was my spontaneous November 2020 manga haul, I think. Can't remember, but I reviewed it in the haul video. So if you're interested about that title, go there. So when Mayumi's fiance leaves her for another woman, she decides to start a new life out in the countryside. But country living isn't as peaceful as she thought it would be. Her landlord, Reen, is loud, bossy, and always up in Mayumi's business. But Mayumi soon sees that there's a lot going on under Reen's brash exterior. Reen is raising a young child on her own after experiencing a major tragedy. As the two young women come to rely on each other, their relationship grows into something complicated. So I picked this up because I was recommended it by someone, and it looked like an interesting premise, and I was happy that it wasn't something that's in high school, which is a common theme in a lot of the Yuri genre, because people are still figuring things out. But I find it more refreshing since I'm actually older than that, so I would rather read characters who are closer to my age. So it looks pretty promising. Look into the future for possible manga reviews or light novel reviews for the ones that I'm picking up, and previous reviews that I've done for like first volumes, such as like Spy Family, which I go further into what the manga series is about. Same with Bloom Into You, I will be doing eventually. Himoto Umuruchan is a slice of life comedy. You've probably seen it many times before on the internet. She's a gamer otaku who's an Imoto and so that means little sister, as well as, I forget the other word, but it means that she basically has a different personality inside and outside, so like in front of people and at home. So this is volume 12. The other ones that I looked at previously were like volume 3 for Bloom into You light novel, volume 1 to 3 of Spy Family, and volume 1 of Days of Love at Seagull Villa. This one's volume 12. I will eventually do a review for the Himoto Umuruchan series. And so here is the back cover. It's a really funny series. Good if you want something lighthearted and makes you laugh. And now we dive more into the Yuri genre with I'm in Love with the Villainess, volume 1 of the light novel series. I've seen this all over the internet and heard it's really good, and I got recommended it by someone. But I can't help but feel that the synopsis that I read online kind of reminds me of My Next Life as a Villainess. All routes lead to doom. Except that this one's less about being like bi, and this one's more like lesbian. Yeah, so, but I heard this one's good. I really enjoyed My Next Life as a Villainess, so like I hope I enjoy this one and it's not like feeling like a repeat. So this one is actually a pretty large and kind of heavier light novel. And I don't know if you saw earlier, but it was quite tall for a normal like manga or light novel that I'm used to. It was quite big. Like in comparison, look, there's a different size, right? And like my hand size, it's a lot bigger. So the premise of this one, it says, Dear arch nemesis, won't you be mine? Ordinary office worker Ohashi Rei wakes up in the body of the protagonist of her favorite otome game, Revolution. To her delight, the first person to greet her is also her favorite character, Claire Francois, the main antagonist of the story. Now, Rei is determined to romance Claire instead of the game's male leads. But how will her villainess lady love react to this new courtship? So since this is a pretty big light novel, it is a bit more expensive. So in the US, it's $14.99, $18.99 Canadian. I mean, I suppose like prices for books have been going up, and like some manga are like $17.99 now, but still, it's a bit more expensive. But it also is pretty big. It does have some illustrations, kind of like Konosuba does, but it's less of them and kind of like charts in it. Have not read it yet. Planning to do a review eventually, but it looks pretty nice. And let me see if I can find some of the random illustration pages. Here we go. Pretty nice art style. She looks sad though. Next, with my Yuri manga spree, is Goodbye My Rose Garden, the full series, so volumes 1 to 3, and Strawberry Fields Once Again, volume 1. So, you know, it's quite funny that most of the manga that I ordered or got all kind of came within the genre. So, like, my previous one was mostly BL, aka yaoi, but this one was mostly Yuri stuff that I found in person in the bookstore. So Goodbye My Rose Garden, I'm planning to do a series review pretty soon, but you can find my thoughts and review for volume 1 online already. But basically it's set in the, I think it was the late 1800s, early 1900s in London. Hanako, which you can see here and here, wanted to find this author named Victor Franks. Victor Franks inspired her to become a writer herself, and so she travels from Japan to London to pursue writing, and things don't really go as planned. She meets Lady Alice, you can see here, and Lady Alice says, kill me, because she's constrained by society's expectations of women, and also to protect her family because she's actually gay. So it's very frowned upon back then, right? And it would shame and her family, like shame her and her family, so it wouldn't be just about her, and she's really cares about her family. So it kind of looks at like this whole dynamic with Hanako then serving as Lady Alice's personal maid. But then they also fall in love with each other, and but Lady Alice also has this guy who becomes her fiance, who knows about the rumors about Alice, but like still wants to pursue her, and then things get complicated and sticky, and you hate the fiance and you just root for them. But yeah, this is my favorite Yuri manga so far. The story is just so much detail and depth, and it's about adult women going through struggles in their time period, and just the struggles that still exist for people who are in the LGBT community. And then, last but not least, Strawberry Fields once again. So this one, I read a little bit of it. It seemed pretty cute. So I will read the back for you. I am your future amore, your lover. With these words, pure Sakurasaka crashes into Akira Konu's life. As if it wasn't wild enough that she says she's come from 6 years in the future. Pure insists that in her time, she and Akira are engaged to be married. It's an impossible claim, especially since Akira has sworn off 3D romance, content to immerse herself in 2D dating games, so otome games. Besides which, why would someone as cute as Pure be interested in a loner like her? So this one's $17 in Canadian, $13 US. And it's actually pretty cute because like Pure is really cute. Let's show you some stuff. Yeah. There you go. I'm hoping to do a review of these later on as time permits. So if you like this video, please like and subscribe, and look forward to future content such as manga reviews, manga hauls, other book reviews and hauls, as well as videos about Genshin Impact and Breath of the Wild, and basically anything that suits my fancy at the time. I will try my best to post regularly, kind of like around the weekend. But again, if time gets busy with school, then it may not just be as regular. But I do have some videos scheduled even for those times, so hopefully it'll be regular intervals for videos. So thank you for sticking around, and take care. Bye.